Hi guys, this is Meso here with Meso Making It. Welcome to my kitchen, where today we'll be baking crackling bread. Crackling bread is a delicious bread featured in the book To Kill a Mockingbird, where it was cooked by the family maid Calpurnia. Cracklings are crispy shreds of pork rinds, meat residue left over after lard is rendered from pork. Crackling bread is also called Goody-bread because the crackling meat is considered the goody in what would otherwise be plain cornbread. When you render the fat down, most of the fat melts. The pieces that remained are called cracklings or cracklins. The size of the cracklins will depend on how large the chunks of fat were that you started with. Cracklin bread is not something that you eat often. Normally, cracklins were only available after a hog killing, which took place in the fall. Once they killed and started butchering up the hog, the big black washpot was brought out where the fat was rendered out of the meat. The leftover cracklins were divided often between the ones that helped to do the work. After that, the women would make crackling bread as opposed to just plain cornbread. Thanksgiving Day would normally feature crackling bread. It's an old favorite recipe worth remembering and saving. So here I have 1 cup of self-rising cornmeal, and I have 3/4 cups of self-rising flour. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 cup of buttermilk. I'm going to put in 1 egg, and here I have 1 8-ounce bag of pork cracklings. You can find these in any store that sells soul food and meat to cook with. I'm going to stir this up here, just kind of get it combined, and I'm going to pour my cracklings in. These are 8 ounces of cracklings, and I'm going to just stir this up, and already I can tell that there's not enough liquid in here, so I'm going to need a little bit more buttermilk. This is a 1/2 cup of buttermilk that I'm adding, and I'm going to just mix this up. Looks like this is pretty thick, but I can make it. This is butter that I've browned in the pan. I'm getting it in, and this is a 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Your butter doesn't have to get that brown. I let mine get pretty brown here. I'm spreading this cornbread mixture out into a cast iron pan. Gotta have cast iron, and I'm gonna bake it in this 375-degree oven that's preheated for about 25 to 30 minutes. Here it's out. Let me cut it and let's take a look inside. Cornbread with meat in it. Yeah, look here. Do you see these pieces of crackling that are throughout this bread? Now, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little butter on this bread while it's still nice and hot and let it begin to just soften on top of the bread. That's my piece. Just little thin pats of butter. Just going to kind of spread these out over the top of the bread. Here we go. I want you to get a close look at this, but not only a close look, I want to taste it for you. I can't let you do it, but I'm going to taste it for you. And you could take my word. It's gonna be good. You see how crusty this is at the bottom? That's the way I want it. Let me go for that first. So tasty. Okay, let me try a little more of this. This is so good. You've got your meat right in your bread. Ah. Oh, it's so good. There's a little crackling there. You thought you got away, but come to mama. So now I'm going to get me another piece. And this one I'm going to put some of that butter on this piece of bread. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm getting out of focus here. I've got the butter and the bread. Oh, this is so good. You got to try this, but be careful. not without some good Southern supervision. Guys, thank you for watching. Come back.